Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So could you start off by introducing yourself and just giving me a little bit of your background?
Of course. My name's Charlotte Cobb. I'm from Marietta, Georgia, which is a little city about 20 minutes north of Atlanta. I was born and raised there. I haven't been anywhere else. I went to a high school called George Walton Comprehensive High School. It was a really big high school. It's actually one of the top 10 nationally ranked public high schools in America. I was a dancer. I danced in a performing arts company for 8 years, but I've been dancing since I can remember. I used to be a swimmer. That was fun, but I stopped that around 6th grade. Yeah.
That's great. So you said that you went to a very good academic high school. Did you have any classes you were especially interested in?
I really enjoyed my anatomy class. That was my senior year science class, so I didn't know how well I'd be doing it. I don't know if you're familiar with senioritis,
Definitely.
but didn't know if that would take me away from my studies, but that was one of the classes that I was really interested in. I didn't know how I would feel about it going into it, but we learned about lots just general anatomy. We learned the bones and the muscles and some things about the eyes and the brains. It was a really interesting class. I also really enjoyed a class called Human Geography, which was a class where you kind of learn how people work and how people in countries work and how we work together and how we fight and things like that. It was a really interesting class.
That is great. And you said you danced for a lot of years.
I did.
So did you like that? What'd you learn?
Oh man, dance was my favorite thing. Yeah, I danced for 15 years, as I told you. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I made some of my lifelong friends there. I learned how to work as a group and how sometimes you can't be the alpha leader all the time. It taught me time management. I had to be there 4 days a week. We had to learn how to work together, and that's what dance is about. You make art by working together with other people. So I learned a lot through that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So great. So how did you spend your summer?
This summer I actually was a lifeguard.
Wow. Tell me a little about that.
I started lifeguarding. This will be my 3rd year lifeguarding. It's really great. I didn't know. I originally just wanted it for a little extra money, just to be able to buy a couple things for myself and not have to ask my mom. But it actually taught me so many really cool things. It taught me how to work under somebody, how to take orders, how to do things that I'm told. It also taught me about time management. It taught me about a lot of responsibility. Everybody who walks into the pool, their life falls in your hands. You're the supervisor of it all. Sometimes you have to be the mean guy and tell them things that they can't do, and people get kind of upset when you tell them to stop running or that they can't dive. But you have to hold your ground, and that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it.
That is such a respectable job to have. That's great.
Thank you.
So it says that you are at the University of South Carolina.
Ma'am.
What made you choose that school?
Being from Georgia, as I told you, the big SEC school there is University of Georgia. I'm sure you're aware of it. It just wasn't my thing. It was kind of big. Everybody from my high school went there, and I kind of wanted to be my own person. I wanted to go to a big SEC school. I thought about Auburn and I thought about Alabama, but University of South Carolina seemed like the right fit for me. I wanted the football experience.
Definitely.
And I wanted they also awarded me for my high school academics. They awarded me for that, so I wanted to go to a school where they recognized me for not just being just another student, for somebody who actually is coming to work and do good things for the school.
Definitely. I'm so glad you got awarded for your academic achievement.
Thank you so much.
That is so important. So were there any programs specifically at South Carolina that you enjoyed?
Yeah. University of South Carolina is actually a nationally ranked nursing school, and that's what I'm really interested in. So that's one of the major things that led me here.
That is so great. What interested you in nursing?
As I told you, being a lifeguard, it kind of taught me how to take care of people and just kind of the simple first aid. And learning that, I started my junior year, and so I learned that going into my junior year, and then I told you my anatomy class
Mhm.
that I was really interested in that. So when I started applying to schools, I decided that nursing was what I wanted to be. Because I'm not really much of an English person. Math and science are where my strong suits are, and I
Good.
really enjoy taking care of people, and yeah.
That's great. We always need more nurses. So, what did you spend your time doing while you're not in class?
Studying. I study a
Good.
whole lot. Yes, ma'am. You got to keep your grades up to get into the nursing program. But other than that, I'm part of Alpha Delta Pi, which is a sorority on campus.
Awesome.
Yeah, we do philanthropy events. Our philanthropy is Ronald McDonald House, which is kind of like a home away from home for the parents whose children are in the hospital. And some people have to commute like 4 or 5 hours to get to a
Wow.
hospital, and they can't
Yeah.
spend all their time there. So it's kind of like a nice little place where you get warm meals and you have a room to yourself. And me and my sisters, we go there sometimes and we play with the kids who aren't in the hospitals, and we serve them lunches and we play games with them, and it's a really great experience. It's really taught me a lot.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Are you involved in any other organizations on campus?
Yes, I'm involved in SNA, which is the Student Nursing Association. And that's just kind of a group of nurses who get together once a week. We have guest speakers, and they give you resources to learn how to do interviews, and they give you good resources for when we graduate and we're trying to find a job.
Yeah, so important.
Very important.
That is great. Okay, so what do you think puts you above our other applicants?
I think that I'm a really honest person. I kind of tell it like it is, even if the truth hurts sometimes, but I think that you need to be hurt sometimes because you got to get through things.
Good.
I'm really good with time management. If you tell me to be there at 8 o'clock, I'll be there at 7:55 just to give myself some wiggle room.
Mhm.
I think I'm a really compassionate person. I don't like it when people feel bad and you can't do anything about it. So, yeah.
That is great. So you mentioned time management and honesty. What are some of your other strengths you feel that you've gotten from lifeguarding or dance that have really helped you become a nurse?
I think with dance, especially working as with a group of people to get through things, I think that you can't get through this life alone, especially in nursing. You know, I don't know everything, so I'm going to need to not rely on my peers, but we're going to have to work together, and we're going to have to realize that we can get through this together if we put our minds to it. In dance, lifeguarding, that taught me a lot of the basic responsibilities. I was actually the pool manager, so I had a lot more responsibilities this year than I did in my previous years. So I had to do the schedule, and I had to deal with people who didn't feel as if my other lifeguards were doing their job correctly, and I had to discipline some of my guards. So it definitely taught me how to be a leader and how to give information and how to communicate with other people.
Yeah.
So I think those are some of the things that
Leadership's such a great quality. So, do you know what you want to do for nursing currently?
As of right now, I want to get into nursing school.
Yes.
That's my number one goal. But hopefully after I get into there, I hope to graduate, and I hope to go work into a hospital for a couple years, kind of get a couple years under my belt, pay my dues, do all the nitty-gritty stuff. But then after that, I hope to be a nurse anesthetist, which is anesthesiology. It's not as big as like huge open heart surgeries, anesthesiology, but it's a little bit more minor. But that's what I'm really interested in.
That's great. And do you want to do, where do you see yourself in 5 years? With that? Something else?
Hopefully I will have been in the hospitals for a couple years. In 5 years, I guess I will hope to be going back to school to learn how to be a nurse anesthetist. Because you have to go to 2 extra years to get your master's to be a nurse anesthesiologist.
Awesome.
So
that is great. So, being a nurse anesthetist or just a nurse, what would be your ideal working environment?
I really believe in time management, so I think that I'd have to be with other people who believe in time management. You can't be showing up an hour late to work. I believe in honesty, and I believe in integrity, so I think that I would have to be with people who believed in that too. I believe in fairness. I think that people should be rewarded for what they do, and get recognized for those kind of things. I hope to work in a hospital. So I think with our current healthcare program, that's where a lot of the action and patients are going to be.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be a really cool thing to do.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in today, Charlotte.
Thank you
I've
for
had such a
having
good time,
me.
and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. You talked longer than I did.
Oh.